106,000 Black women laid off. I search for jobs every single day, sometimes applying for multiple positions for the same company.
Black women recorded the largest loss of jobs among any other racial or gender group.
Make it seem like he did everything for her and she was so unappreciative and she was so ungrateful. You're going to see exactly why that woman left.
People like to say, oh, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of experience, you have the education, it's going to be easy. It is not. 2025, 106,000 Black women lost their jobs, including me. And those of us that's been out here trying to find work again, it's basically just been non-existent. And I'm starting to feel like this is by design, because there are over 100,000 women, Black women like me, who have the same story, who has applied for over 300 plus jobs and just not getting it, not getting any replies. There's just no feedback. Or you get the emails that says, hey, we have chosen someone else that has been more qualified for the job, even though my experience and my education fits the job description perfectly. And I don't know what I'm going to do. This is the first time in a long time that I am actually starting to panic. You know, I came from nothing. I came from the bottom of the barrel. And I spent years building myself, educating myself, paying my way through college, going through a lot of experience to get to where I was in my career, for it just to be snatched away. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I am facing homelessness.
I gotta pause it, guys. I'm sorry for pausing it, but yeah, it's sad. But the only thing is they chose, well, they were brainwashed and they believed it, and they chose politics. They, with DEI, or everything given by the Democrats, right? The What the Democrats brought in was a job, being an equal opportunity employer by hiring more blacks. That was brought in. All of those things helped, but at the same time crippled. It crippled. And going to college, this is the example of it. And men have been shunned for the longest. I don't like to see anybody down. This is a sad situation. But men have been shunned to the side for the longest, right? You guys have seen it. Some of you guys have been shunned. Black women have argued with their male family members in their own family, saying, oh, you guys need to do this and do this and do that. And now here we go here now. 106,000 fired. Wasn't black men. Who was it? They were waiting to fire you. That boggles my mind that it wasn't a bunch of black men that were fired. It was black women. I wonder why.
I'm about to lose my car. I can't pay on my credit card, so my credit is about to take a severe hit. Dashing is not enough. It's just not enough money. There's so many people that are out here unemployed, just like me. There's a lot of us that are out there. And the little money that I did have in savings, I used that to help my daughter move here. And it just, as a mother, I'm panicking because she didn't ask for this, you know. There's no way that I can ask my 20-something-year-old daughter to care for her able-bodied mother who cannot find a job. I am trying to keep myself sane by humor, trying to keep myself busy with various things. But there's only so much that you can keep up the mask before you start breaking. And when you have come out of a situation that you don't want to go back to, it puts you in a mental state, because I don't want to go back to homelessness. I don't want to go back to I just don't want to go back to that. But and I thought I've done everything I could to prevent that from happening again. I've lived on the streets before. I slept in parks before. I've walked the streets for hours when I used to be homeless. And that's why I worked so hard to put myself in a position to not go there again. I even got rejected I applied to be a cashier, a cook at a McDonald's. And the manager told me that I should be ashamed of applying for that position because I would be taking that
That's
job
not right. The
from
manager shouldn't have did
other
that.
people who doesn't have the experience as I do. I don't give a damn what kind of job it is. I'm just trying to work to keep my head afloat and to keep myself off the street. I have nobody. It's just me. And I had to prepare my daughter for what I see coming. And as long as she's okay, I don't care about, I do care about going back to the street. I don't want to go back to the street. But as long as she's okay, then I know I'll be okay. As long as she has a roof over her head, even if I don't have. And I think it's by design, because every single job that I have applied for, I can count on one hand of how many interviews that I've been to. And the interviews were stellar. I come out feeling good. I'm like, oh, I got this, blah, blah, blah. To only get an email saying that, hey, we didn't choose you for the position, choose somebody else. I even had 2 interviews set up to where the interviewers didn't even show up. So, yeah. And what is someone to do? What do they want us to do? A lot of us are going to be in the street, desperate. And I literally don't know what else to do. I'm trying not to crash out, but it's so fucking hard. I haven't even been in my apartment for a good 2 months now. $106,000 Black women laid off. And I think the most hurtful thing, when I was laid off March 7th. I search for jobs every single day, sometimes applying for multiple positions for the same company. Applying for jobs that match my job skill, applying for jobs that I'm overqualified for. How can I tailor my resume for a job when my last 2 positions is an IT manager and an IT director? And if I apply for something that I'm underqualified for, they're not going to hire me. If I apply for a position that exactly meets my job skills, they don't hire me. I have revamped my resume so many times, I don't think I can revamp it anymore. People like to say, oh, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of experience, you have the education, it's going to be easy. It is not easy out here, and it is not easy getting a job. And I'm scared. I'm scared with everything that's going on right now. I'm scared.
Yeah, man, it's hard, but we all know what's taking place in the past, and it finally caught up. You know what I mean is, and the person said it, choosing the system over your own men. That's what they did in the beginning. That's actually what they did during the back in the 60s, right? They started working with the system, working with the government. Then they worked with the Democrats. They did it around the time of, when it was a Black Power movement. They started working with the government. They've always taken the side of the system, and now it's biting them in the butt. They got carried away. They got a lot of benefits. Now those benefits have ran out. Now that Trump has came in office, he didn't really shun black people, anything like that, like how they try to paint it out. He just said, okay, all of these things you're given, it needs to be taken away because you're given these benefits for nothing. Nothing is being done with it. Money is being wasted. So he exposed that, lifted off the veil of that benefit which was being wasted, and now this happens because that was protecting you guys. It was protecting your attitudes. You were acting certain ways at work and getting away with it. Maybe that could have been you. I hope it wasn't. I hope they just let you go to let you go. But at the same time, I saw it even when I was working on the work. I saw I needed to put myself in a position where I didn't have a regular job. I started thinking business because you never know what's going to happen in these final days, right? You never know what's going to happen tomorrow, especially recession's going to hit. Anything can come. You already seen the 19 just came. What, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? Anything's bound to happen. You got to be ready to pivot and switch and pivot. You got to have your hands in so many different things and be able to wear 10 different hats, because that's the only thing that's going to protect you, is being ready to maneuver any which way, be a chameleon. And that's what I want to teach men, how to be chameleons, because you have to be nowadays. So you're not just relying on a job and going through situations like this. This is truly sad. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. So I hope she gets it together. Really, because it's hard out here.
Okay, so I'm not even going to hold y'all, but I need y'all to know this, that in the month of April, yeah, that's just last month, black women recorded the largest loss of jobs among any other racial or gender group here in these United States of America. And this is according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. If you don't know, you need to go look it up. You need to Google it now. So while unemployment rates remained pretty steady at 4.2% overall, unemployment rates for black women went from 5.1% to 6.1% in 1 month. There's been a total of 306,000 jobs lost by black women since February. So you guys do the math. Let's figure out what's
Wow.
really going on.
306,000 jobs since February. And all of this is happening, and I'm sure men won't help. I wonder why.
Serious shift in the job market, and one group is feeling the impact more than most: black women. In just 1 month, 106,000 black women have lost their jobs driving their unemployment rate from 5.1 to 6.1%. Compare that to the overall job market, where unemployment stays steady at 4.2%, and you can see a clear imbalance. So, what's behind this? Well, there's a few key factors. First, federal job cuts. Black women hold a significant number of government jobs, and with recent reductions, they've been disproportionately affected. Second, DEI initiatives are shrinking. Many companies once committed to DEI programs are scaling back. This means fewer hiring opportunities and fewer support systems to retain Black women in the workforce. Finally, industries like retail and hospitality are struggling. These fields employ a high number of Black women, and when they suffer, so do job prospects. This isn't just about numbers, it's about financial security, household stability, and long term economic mobility. And if this trend continues, it could have wide reaching effects. Addressing the job losses affecting Black women requires a multifaceted approach. Policy changes such as stronger workforce protections and the restoration of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives can help create fair hiring practices and employment opportunities. Expanding federal job programs and ensuring Black women have access to positions in growing industries can mitigate losses from government job cuts. Additionally, investing in sectors like retail and hospitality, where Black women are heavily employed, can stabilize job prospects, encouraging entrepreneurship by providing funding and resources for Black women to start their own businesses can open new paths to financial independence. Workforce training programs in high demand fields like technology and healthcare can also help Black women transition into more secure careers. Combining these efforts can work towards reversing the current trend and creating lasting job stability.
Well, yeah, you got to do the work, right? You got to do the work. And in order to get there, you have to put yourself in a position and a mindset. It starts with the mindset to where you want to be bosses. Seriously, you have to put yourself in that position. Okay, I'm going to be a boss. That's what I started doing. And that's what changed my life for the better. Also, this, you see a lot of women, like you should, I talk about it. I do. Women becoming passport sis. I said it before. I don't shun it. Why? Because things are so bad. Nothing's wrong with the US, but things, be honest. We have to be honest with ourselves. I spoke to my cousin the other day. He said, man, it's bad out here. He said all of America's bad, right? Not just the ghetto. Two, I repeat, not just the ghetto, everywhere. Listen, if murder happens on a regular basis in any state, it's bad. And look up the numbers. How many happened in, I don't know, Idaho in the past year? It's bad. You don't find that happening overseas at the same rate. But yeah, all of these things can help, but they have to want to put themselves in that position, right? To be a boss, to open those sectors, like really make some changes, not just get your degree. Women have to start looking to make real changes. And until that happens, nothing's going to change.
Left him, and he made it seem like he did everything for her, and she was so unappreciative and she was so ungrateful. You're gonna see exactly why that woman left. Women do not leave good men.
Bro, what the hell do y'all even be talking about, bro? What you mean women don't leave good men? Oh, man. Y'all remember that one girl that got on this app? And she was like, her ex is the perfect man. He's a great man. And he just wasn't the man for her. And he upped her standards for the next man. He was great. It was just they weren't compatible. He was great though. And she left him, and he ended up still sending her flowers. Continue to be a good man. Continue to be a good friend. It's like I understand that women know women, right? But women don't know women, like the dating version of women.
Mm-hmm.
Women don't know the relationship version of women. Women just know the group chat version, the friend version, the brunch version. They don't know like the relationship, like living with this person, being with this person, learning this person. They don't know what that's like in a relationship.
Women don't leave good men. Women always leave good men. And leave them in relationships and leave them in marriage. Women are always thinking, they're always monkey branching. They can't help it. Oh, let me jump onto that next branch. They monkeys. Bunch of orangutans swinging through the jungle. Not even looking for love, right? You could say, all right, what are you swinging for? What are you being an orangutan for? Is it love? Because I'm sure a lot of guys are willing to give you love. You don't want that though, right? Bet you don't want that.
I'm gonna tell y'all exactly why I do not shoot my shot, because I just thought about something. I had one of the most embarrassing things happen to me recently. I went out with a couple of friends and we were hanging out, whatnot. We leave the event to go to the car to go do something. And so as we're making our way out, there's a security guard, real handsome, about 6'3", 6'4", kind of looked like Genuine, but about my complexion, maybe a little bit darker, beautiful smile, long locks, but he kind of had him pulled up. He was just like super handsome, and I was immediately attracted to him. And he looked like he was attracted to me too. He seemed like he was attracted to me. So that's kind of what gave me the confidence to kind of like try to shoot my shot when I was making my way back. But anyway, he stopped us to ask us a couple questions about re-entering the event. And so as we're making our way back from the car, he's standing at the staircase and he kind of like is starting to make his way over to us. So I was like, oh yeah, he definitely is interested, because you really don't have to come back over to us to say anything. So I hold my hand out for him to help me down the steps, because we had been drinking, so I was a little bit tipsy. And so my friends continue on and I stop and I'm like, oh, what's your name? And he's like, Chris. And I was like, what's up, Chris? And he was like, he smiled and then he was like, my girlfriend over there.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And I look and the girlfriend is like,
Yeah, he had a girlfriend. What is he? What? Oh man, this is nonsense. Boo.
Advocate of girls, shoot your shot, because you never know. Because you never know, guys. I shot my shot, ne? And I did not miss. What? And
Swish.
I did not miss.
Yeah,
So
tell
girlies,
him.
shoot your shot, because you never know. Maybe you could find your husband. Maybe you can find your soulmate. Because guys out here, guys, to be quite honest, guys, and they can't get a hint. You're not gonna be like, oh no, I'm just throwing him hints, and if he catch them, he does, but if he doesn't, then that means he's not for me. No, girls, they can't see. They can't see signs. I have a lot of male friends. Yeah, I have a lot of male friends, and a lot of them, when like girls around like them and they're like shooting shots, I'm like, can't they see that this girl wants them? Mara me, I see. Why chumeka asa bono gele ona, you know what is falling, because this girl hanya ke who shoot a shot. No, guys, in shoot your shot. Get 2024. Hey, things are changing. Shoot your shot.
She's confident, boy.
And if you lose, you move on. You shoot your shot to the next person. One day, it will land. I'm telling you. I promise you.
Man, that's a true confident woman right there. True confident woman right there. I've seen a couple, right? She's one of them ones. A guy will be lucky because she'll mess around, but I don't know. She could be a who knows. I don't know, but it's worth a try. A woman being aggressive, not manly, right? Aggressive but not manly. Aggressive in a feminine way. It's worth a try. I say it all the time. Shoot your shot, ladies.
Men are starting to shy away from Black women. We're angry, we're loud, we're violent. We always demasculize men, and that's exactly how Black women are.
Tough. I think men use back then dated more white women and other races than
No.
Listen,
Nah,
over black men are still
think
dating black women overall.
Black women
I'm
are
not
more.
saying there's none, but I think that a
It's
lot of black
increasing.
men are shying away from
it's
black
increasing.
women. Yeah, and the famous ones too.
Yeah, it's true. It's still around. I checked. It's like 70-80%, but the numbers, I'm sure, are dwindling down. They don't do checks all the time. I'm sure if they do another one, they're going to see those numbers have dropped off a bit. And men have spoken up. Men have noticed. Men have saw how they've been acting towards other men, and men make the judgments that way. Why? Because men don't have to learn from their own mistakes. A lot of times they can learn from others, but I learned from myself, and yeah, that's how it is.
This loyalty that the females have nowadays is insane to me. Baby, if I got a nigga, it don't matter. Baby, I'm riding for my nigga. I'm not going against him for nobody. Not in public, bitch. I will go against him at home, bitch. I will say something to him at home. I'm not about to embarrass my man. I'm not about to go against him in public. I'm not about to sit there and disrespect him or make people feel like they comfortable. What the wrong with y'all? Like, y'all man is gonna protect y'all. Y'all need to protect him. Protection not only come from the masculine sense. Bitch, where's y'all morals?
Yeah. A lot of ladies don't have them. It's like that. A lot don't have them. They'll disrespect you to their friends, disrespect you to the next man. I've been through a situation like that. I know for sure the person didn't know that I knew. And that's what makes it worse. And I was humble about it, right? Because back in the day, I was the kind of guy to tear your head off. It was still being done. I'm gonna tear a woman's head off. Come on now. I let it go. So eventually, it didn't work with that person. It took a long time, but I let it go.
What you need to do is re-download dating apps. I don't care how good your love success story is. I'm good. Like, I've literally been on dating apps since Soul Swipe. Do y'all remember Soul Swipe? Like, I have gone through these cycles of dating apps. Y'all, I was on BLK during the pandemic. You cannot convince me that the love of my life is on Hinge. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I actually will just go out and meet them the natural way because the horrors that are on those apps and they just continue to evolve. I'm good. Thank you, though.
Being a black girl at a notoriously white event. Past weekend I went to Stagecoach. I want to talk about how I really felt about being a black woman at Stagecoach. I made a video 3 weeks ago about me wanting to go to Stagecoach. Unfortunately, I knew that I would have some people being hateful and some people being rude and disgusting, and some really negative things were said that TikTok flagged because they were negative. But I went because I wanted to. And there's nothing wrong with going. I said in the original video, black girls can like country, black girls can like country music. I grew up in a lot of spaces that were predominantly white. A lot of people made me feel uncomfortable about the things that I liked and the things that I enjoyed, which sucks. Me actually being at the festival was definitely a different experience than I thought I would have. Not in a bad way. I leaned into all of my outfits. I leaned into all of the artists that I did get to see. And I also met so many strangers who were so kind and so sweet to me. They literally went out of their path and came up to me and said they loved my outfit, or they liked my aura or my energy, or they just wanted to get to know me and talk to me and be a genuinely good human being. So I want to shed light on that. There is a lot of negative discourse around festivals such as this. I'm not saying that there isn't negativity because I know it's there. Walked around seeing a lot of specific types of hats. Obviously not great, but I chose to stay in my own lane and have a happy bubble around me. I think I did a pretty good job at enjoying myself and enjoying my time, because that is the point of going to festivals like this. One of my favorite parts of the weekend was
seeing the Black artists on stage. Seeing that helps me see myself in them. I look like them. I see representation here. And everyone is here to watch these artists. That was really special. I would say that I would go again. This time I would love to actually go on a brand trip. So thankful that I got to go. So well worth it. Yes, it was a long journey to and from, but I don't regret it. I had such an amazing time. Stagecoach 2026, who knows?
Look, you can't feel a certain way because of what Black people say, even white people say, or what anyone says. You're kind of young. Look, as you get older, don't stress it. You got to keep moving because you got to think. Time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking into the future.
And time keeps slipping away.
And you can't get where you want to go. You can't get to your final destination. Worried about what the people think. But yeah, guys, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you next video.